Hello, welcome to the Self-Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Unit 22 Survey Instrumentation. And we are continuing our topic Techniques and Instruments for Data Collection. And our topic is Role of the Interviewer in Social Survey. To gather information, interviews occur in several settings. Employers interview prospective employees, doctors interview patients, mental health professional interview clients, social workers interview the needy, reporters interview politicians, police interview the witnesses and victims. But survey research interviewing is a special kind of interviewing. As with most interviewing, its goal is to obtain as far as possible accurate information. Interview is not just about asking questions. It includes quite a bit of information about the social context in which the interview occurs. The survey interview is a social relationship. Like other social relationships, it involves social roles, norms, and expectations. The interview is a short-term, secondary social interaction between two strangers with the explicit purpose of one person obtaining specific information from the other. The social roles are those of the interviewer and the interviewee or respondent. Information is collected in a structured conversation in which the interviewer asks pre-arranged questions and the respondent answers. It differs in several ways from the ordinary conversations. Often characteristics of the respondents and the interviewer, such as sex or race or age, affect the way either the interviewer or the respondent would reflect attitudes and behavior that is unrelated to the interview itself. An important problem for interviewers is that many respondents are unfamiliar with the survey respondents' role, and respondents often do not have a clear conception of what is expected to them. As a result, they substitute another role that may affect their responses. Some believe the interview is an intimate conversation or therapy session. Others see it as a bureaucratic exercise in completing forms. Others view it as the testing session, etc. Even in a well-designed professional survey, follow-up research found that only half the respondents understand the questions exactly as intended by researchers. Respondents reinterpreted questions to make them applicable to their idiosyncratic personal situations or to make them easy to answer. There are differences between the structured interview and ordinary conversation. Ordinary conversation questions and answers from each participant are relatively equally balanced. There is an open exchange of feeling and opinions. Judgments are stated and attempts made to persuade the other to a particular point of view. A person can reveal deep inner feelings to gain sympathy or as a therapeutic release. Ritual responses are common. Ha, shaking head, how are you, fine. The participants exchange information and correct the factual errors that they are aware of. Topics rise and fall, and either person can introduce new topics. The focus can shift directions or digress to less relevant issues. The emotional tone can shift from humor to joy to affection to sadness to anger and so on. People can evade or ignore questions and even flippant or non-committal answers. In the structured survey interview, interviewer asks and respondent answers most of the time. Only the respondent reveals the feeling and opinions. Interviewer is non-judgmental and does not try to change the respondent's opinion or belief. Interviewer tries to obtain direct answer to specific question. Interviewer avoids making ritual responses that influence a respondent and also seeks genuine answers, not ritual responses. Respondent provides almost all the information. Interviewer does not correct the respondent's factual errors. Interviewer controls the topic, direction and pace. He keeps the respondent on task and irrelevant diversions are contained. Interviewer attempts to maintain a consistently warm but serious and objective tone throughout. Respondent should not evade questions and should give truthful, thoughtful answers. Thus, the role of the interviewer is crucial. The interviewer has to obtain cooperation, build rapport, yet remain neutral and objective. He has to encroach upon the respondent's time and privacy for information that may not directly benefit the respondent. The investigators have to try to reduce embarrassment, fear, and suspicion so that the respondents feel comfortable while revealing information. Good interviewers monitor the pace and direction of the social interaction as well as the content of answers and the behavior of respondents. They are non-judgmental and do not reveal their opinions verbally or non-verbally. For example, by a look of shock. If a respondent asks for an interviewer's opinion, he politely redirects the respondent and indicates that such questions are largely inappropriate and may be out of context. For instance, if a respondent asks, what do you think? The interviewer may answer politely, here we are interested in what you think. What I think does not matter. Likewise, if a respondent gives a shocking answer, for example, I was arrested 3 times for beating my wife, the interviewer does not show shock, surprise, or disdain, but treats the answer as a matter of fact. He helps respondents in giving truthful answers. One may ask, if survey interviewer must be neutral and objective, why not use a robot or machine? Machine interviewing has not been very successful because it lacks a human warmth, sense of trust and rapport that an interviewer creates. An interviewer helps define the situation and ensures that the respondents have the information sought, understand what is expected, give relevant and serious answers, and are motivated to cooperate. Therefore, the interview is a social interaction in which the behavior of both the interviewer and the respondent stems from their attitudes, motives, and perception. It may also be borne in mind that the interviewers do more than interview respondents. Now let us wind up the session and take rest. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the Self Learning Podcast.